Peace, everyone. Welcome to the show. Let's have a great day.
Should've taken it to play to use tonight. Ever just praying to it right. How you won't make it through the night. Telling me it's been a suicide.
Because as Rakim say, the Punisher is here now. So y'all see the title, Israel Doctrine, Gatekeeper of the Afrika Bambaataa Narrative. Published by Khalil Amani, a guy I've been fighting with for 10 years because he wrote this and gave me power. Then he had to spend 10 years trying to destroy my power, which he never destroyed. On November the 28th, 2017, at 11 p.m., through the blog. He had a blog that he used to write because he liked the wet. I got the wet pen and all that, and sharp pen. And so, Israel Doctrine, Gatekeeper of the Afrika Bambaataa Narrative by Khalil Amani. People, that speak volumes. Irritated Genie, never had that quoted about him. Tazariot, never had that quoted about him. Layla Wills, I never trust. No one ever had that quoted or stated about them but me. That's why he had to spend 10 years trying to destroy it, but all he did was give me more power to punish more and more. I'm not here to be long. I'm here to be strong and get up out of here. So let's keep it moving, people. Let's keep it moving. On to the next. Something to deal with, to give y'all what y'all need to have to keep y'all here. I'm gonna play this. Right? I'm gonna play this.
After Ben got out of the hospital to figure out what really happened, and he gave me the picture of a light-skinned Puerto Rican little boy that looked just like me as a kid. And he gave me that picture because I was going to be the one to kill that boy for Afrika Bambaataa.
So as you can see, they just spent being 10 years attacking me to big up that guy, that Hassan Campbell, who stated he took a picture from Bambaataa to kill the boy that Bambaataa molested. Because if he didn't kill the boy would come out here and speak. I got more audio and more video on it later, but we're still sharing, so let me share something else now. This is very documentary style type thing that I'm doing, so please bear with me as I lay down the facts. So, let's get these facts on the paper. And this is why he stated, I am the gatekeeper.
Phase 1 script. Why I never posted this until now. Israel Doctrine Gatekeeper of the Afrika Bambaataa Narrative.
Why I ain't never posted this until now? That's a false statement because I've been posted. I'll show you later on the night or tomorrow or next Wednesday when I posted it, what I posted. I put a beat behind it, everything.
Israel Doctrine, what happened to that boy? Bambaataa story, free video personal insider. You are not reacting to news. You're finally releasing something you've sat on.
So, I'm a personal insider. Layla Wills brought me into this matter by hitting me with a strategic lawsuit against public participation. Because I was in the public participating, I became a part of it. I became a victim of it. They molested me by the purest form of the terminology molest. They molested me. They treated me like I was the boy. They tried to take my life. All of that. That's why I have the position I have now. Because I put in the work. I sowed the seed. Therefore, I'm going to reap from what I sowed.
I've had this conversation for years, sitting on it. Not because I was scared to post it, because I wanted to do it right.
Not because I was scared, never scared. I wanted to do it right. And I've been fighting for, like I said, 10 years. 2016, 2026. That's 10 years.
Afrika Bambaataa is dead now, and everybody suddenly got to take. I've got something different. I've got the source. Grounded in the mission, this channel was built on one question: what happened to the boy nobody protected? Not gossip, not cloud chasing to death. Be specific about your access. You know Khalil Amani. You didn't find the story through headlines. You were around it before the headlines existed.
Before the headline existed, I was the gatekeeper. I'm the one, the reason the narrative is somewhat right. When her son said I was the first to come out, he wasn't the first to come out. Ron Savage was the first to come out. You have to put that in context, as Khalil Amani like to say. You got to have the context. Her son came out on Facebook and they seen the video. He went to a meeting with Afrika Bambaataa and agreed to a bag so he could take his video down and leave the subject alone. And he did take the video down and leave the subject alone until Troy started to rain, forced him back out by getting the video and putting it out there and not taking it down. When Mickey Benson and Ahmed Henderson was on the phone with him when they was trying to get started to take the video down.
Name the tension honestly. You're not here to dance on anybody's grave.
I'm not here to dance on Bambaata's grave. The Lord God of Israel gonna deal with him when it's time to deal with him. Same time he deal with everyone else. There's a day of judgment. It's called a white throne judgment.
And you're not here to defend a legacy either.
I'm not here to defend this hip-hop legacy. I'm the punisher.
You're here because the record matters more than either impulse.
The record matters more than anything else. And the record clearly shows that I am the gatekeeper. I did things because Layla Wills pulled me into it when I tried to talk to her and tell her that her son took a picture to murder a boy. She pulled me into it because she had to protect the star of Trapped in the Culture.
Suggested line: I'm not here to celebrate the death, and I'm not here to protect a legacy. I'm here because somebody's been telling the truth about this for a long time, and it's time people heard it from the source, not a clip.
From the gatekeeper, the one that got all the audio of Khalil Amani and start fighting, the ones that got the email of Khalil Amani and start fighting and stuff. That's why I brought Khalil Amani into my conversation and what I was doing. And as you can see from the beginning, he was like, this guy's a gatekeeper. He's setting this thing straight because no one ever told anybody about me. No one ever cared about me because I'm the gatekeeper. So, documentary style people, it ain't about rushing, it ain't about this and that. It's about putting the information out there that's correct and getting this narrative correct. That's the only reason I've ever been here. And I ain't stopped getting the narrative correct yet.
Cover, in order, who Bambaataa was, brief, one line, founding figure of hip-hop, Universal Zulu Nation, Planet Rock. Don't linger, the audience knows this part. 2016, Ronald Savage's public allegation, followed by other men coming forward. The Universal Zulu Nation's public apology letter acknowledging some members chose not to disclose what they knew. 2000.
As you can see, as I stated, Ron was the first one to come out before it started to rain, who claimed he was the first one to out all this stuff. But that's leaving Khalil Amani out. I've never left Khalil Amani out. I brought him out. He was standing with me. Troy Start to Rain did an interview and gave him a thumbnail and bought his soul. Troy bought his soul. him and Layla Wills controlled his soul to go against me because he was an ex-Hebrew Israelite. They thought he was going to have a spiritual ideology, understanding on how to defeat me. He can't defeat me.
2025, the civil suit filed under the New York Child Victims Act, and the 2025 default judgment against Bambaataa after he failed to respond or appear. The unresolved tension. Note plainly that his death doesn't settle anything, it just closes the door on him ever answering for it directly. Layla Wills hit me with a false S.L.A.P.P case in Chicago.
Layla Wills hit me with a strategic lawsuit against public participation in Chicago. I'm in Arkansas. This is an anti-SLAPP state. She spit on Arkansas by her and that judge doing what they did.
Keep this section anchored to what's publicly documented and adjudicated. This is the section outlets can't argue with you on.
You can't argue with me on. It's in the public. It's in the public news. I've never breached the Associated Press. Layla Wills, Troy Star Terrain, Dave Wedge, and all these so-called journalists have breached the Associated Press. And they never got the narrative right because they never really cared. It's all been about the money, the money, the money, money. Who running the story? Who's controlling the story? But I've always been the gatekeeper since I went and got Khalil the money, and he wrote that fact into fruition or whatever terminology you want to use.
Introduce Khalil Amani, who he is, why he was an early public source on these allegations, why his account.
So who is Khalil Amani? He's a government informant that ratted on Yahweh ben Yahweh, as you heard me say earlier. He's an ex-Hebrew Israelite. They thought that ex-Hebrew Israelite could do something against this Israelite Christian. So they tried to cover up the Israelite Christian with Hebrew Israelites. There's been European Hebrew Israelites from Chicago that did join with Khalil Amani. There's been Christian apologists. There's been everybody to go against Israel doctrine, aka Carl Allen. But they had to try to destroy Israel doctrine because that's a terminology that's so strong, even the Ashkenazis can't touch that. But they probably had their hands behind this in some form, amount, or whatever, but we're going to leave that alone for now.
Got flattened into sound bites by outlets that didn't have the full context. Be honest about the offer. I've got the unedited audio, not the 3-second clip that gets recycled, the actual conversation. That's not going up here for free, and I'm not going to pretend that's some big sacrifice on my part.
It's not going up for free, and it ain't no sacrifice on my part. It's just I got it, and if you want it, you're going to have to pay for it. This is a free video to let y'all know and inform y'all that I am the gatekeeper. Now, you ain't got to care about it. Like I said, most people never cared about the boy who Bambaataa molested and who her son Camel allegedly took out. But Layla Wills and all the rest of them have molested me. I know y'all don't care about me either because y'all want to sit up here and watch me go through 10 years of torment dealing with Khalil the money and everything, trying to take my YouTube life and stuff. But it's all good.
This is how the channel survives, and it's how Khalil's actual words survive too, instead of getting cut up by somebody else.
So as you can see, Khalil the money want to speak, but everybody shutting him down. He can't speak. And he don't even have his own old school work when he was talking about all this stuff. I have it on because he was stalking me and I needed proof that he's been stalking me. Because you stalk me, I'm going to stalk you too. If you stand outside my window late at night, believe me, I'm around the corner looking at you standing in my window late at night, ready to take your head off because I'm the Punisher.
CTA, membership tier, $2.99.
You hear the price, $2.99. I lowered it to $1.99. I don't know if it went through or whatever, but you will see when you try to join the membership.
Clear and unhyped. Tell them exactly what they get. Close on mission. not on the transaction. This is what the channel's always been about. Somebody's gotta ask what happened to the boy. I'm still asking.
Somebody got to ask, and I'm going to ask. I've been asking, never been afraid to ask, and will always ask until I get an answer. Because that's the only way we're going to get justice. And that's all I want is justice for that young man that got molested, like I got molested by Layla Wills. With that said, people, I'm out. That's the story of the day. Y'all have a good day, please. As it says in the second thing, the real story may not be about Afrika Bambaataa. It may be about who controls the narrative and why. Leave comments at the bottom of the video. Let me know your stance on it. Are you down for people molesting me or molesting the boy? Because if you don't speak on it and you keep what the Lord God of Israel gave you, the breath of life, out of this situation, which is dead tight on the internet, that day of judgment gonna be there for you too.